Hey, welcome everyone. Tom here from Park Avenue Trading, your chief dealer, keeping you sane in these insane markets. It is December 2nd at 6:53 in the morning, 2024. And we had a little bit of movement last night, especially in sterling yen. Man, that was a pretty wild mover. And we're going to get into that one in a second. Right now, as it stands in dollar yen, we're going to start with dollar yen. We have a resistance point, new resistance point coming in at 150.29 right there. Okay, if this marketplace stays below this, most likely we're drifting back down towards this 149, say 46 level. If that breaks, then we're looking at 149.16. If we can reverse back above this, we got resistance at 151.25, and then there's another resistance at 150. Let's go 152, 151.99. That's basically where we stand right now in dollar yen. It has turned into a bearish mode since last week, but it doesn't mean it doesn't have life in it to jump back and forth. I don't really have a good handle on this today. I have no positions in it right now, and technically it's offered, yet I'm not really 100% convinced. So I really don't have much advice on this one today. Sorry about that. But let's move over to good old euro dollar. Oh boy, we got fib level in euro dollar here. Let's get rid of the fibs. All right, so hang on a second. Let me get some numbers. All right, euro dollar. The support on the day is 104.80. Right here. If we're to break 104.80, most likely euro dollar is going to trade back down to this low four. This is a 4-hour chart. 4-hour bars close right there. I always use the close. If it gets through that, then we got the level at 104, the figure. It is still in a bearish trend. It has recovered a little bit, but I don't really believe the hype. Definitely big resistance at 106.18. So far, the high that was made was like what, 105.95-ish, something like that. Right here, 105.95. So really, the point to watch today is 104.80. I would look to see if we close below it, and then the queen confirms. Most likely, we're heading towards the 104, say 30 level, and then you got the 104, the figure. Let's go on over to good old sterling dollar. This one's been a pretty much of a shaker and a groover. So far, we still haven't gotten above the big resistance that we need to get above. I mean, we got over the 126, which was really good. So right now, as we stand in sterling dollar, let me get some really good numbers. The important pivot point on the day to watch is 126.63-ish, 126.60. If we could hold above that, we could potentially get to, let's see, what's a good number on top? Well, now we've had such coiling effect. 128. I'm going to go up to 128, the figure, and then there's another level above it at 128.43 before the 129.13. So we got another level at 128.43 resistance. 53 is fine. So if we break down below this important pivot on the day, we're tracking back down. This is a 4-hour chart. I would think we're going back down to 126.60, 125.90, 125. That's fine. 125.84. That goes. We're opening up to 124.88. It's another one that I'm not really too. I'd wait to see what happens if we can break 126.60. I'm kind of on the sidelines today because I really don't have a good handle on what's going on. The crosses really last night were pretty wild. So we'll look at, for instance, sterling yen. We're going to get into that one right now. Four-hour chart. We came down like to a low last night. I think we were around 190.20ish, and we rallied up to like 190.85 or something. Then we rallied up to 190, I think 75. Came back down to 190.30 tight range, and then took off to 191.28. And then fell right back down to 190.26. So it was a wild move, man. I mean, if you picked it right, you could have made like 300 points in a few hours. But I was just sitting on the sideline watching it, because really I don't trade on that little small part between Sunday and this morning for me in New York. I generally don't take positions. The only time I'll be trading is if I've already had a position on that's in the money, and I'm trying to basically get the most, or what I can get the most out of the trade. It's funny is that when I'm doing it, I go, I'm watching the market and I go, I can't steer this thing. It's just going to do what it's going to do. I really don't need to watch it. I could go out to dinner and just like have my stop in, and that's it. It's going to do what it's going to do. I can't mentally force it down or force it up, whatever, my proclivity is for my trade. But we all do that, right? We all like just watch it, I guess. I mean, it's been doing it for 30 some odd years. I can't seem to break the habit. So sterling yen, we need to get, right now we need to stay above, where are we, like what, 190.70. Wow. Really the important pivot points like right here at like 190. 69. It's right here. Now we've popped it. It's a 4-hour chart. We popped it, and we didn't get to the 190.06. But if we could stay below this 190, say 75 level, which it's right here. All right, it's basically tracking back down to 190 the figure. If it breaks 190 the figure, then we're looking at 189.45. 189.45. 189. All right, 47. All right. So now, if we can get above this top, which is a 4-hour chart, 191.30, most likely sterling yen is tracking back up to, I'm going to go in this area right here. This market structure area right here. I'm going to say we got the first resistance as it. I'm going to look at this inside bar. This inside bar's close. If it will let me do it. Inside bar's close right there. Like 191.90 potentially. It is still in a bearish mode, and it's following basically dollar yen really. If dollar yen can recover and sterling dollar can stay pinned, then the cross will stay within a range or go slightly higher as dollar yen goes up. But right now, it's not doing that. So it's still in a bearish tone. Hang on one second.